Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan. Cheers.
Yeah. I'm Declan.
Was that from Jim?
Yeah.
Was it Jim?
It's good to know.
I'm just communicating with Hyperion.
Well, yeah, Hyperion as well. Is this Borderlands? What?
I still haven't played that game.
It's worth it. This week we're reviewing Stowaway. It's up on Netflix at the moment. But before we get into it, spoiler warning, we do kind of get into the plot and everything and spoil the film. So go and watch the film on... Oh my God, I'm already stuffing up. Watch the film on Netflix, come back and listen to us break it down. A little bit of info on the film first. It's directed by Joe Penna, who also made the film Arctic with Mads Mikkelsen.
I haven't seen it.
Good movie.
It was written by Joe Penna and Ryan Morrison, who also co-wrote Arctic with Penna. And the cinematography is by Clemens Becker, who has been a second DP and also a camera operator on many renowned films. To name just a few, Gladiator, what is that one? I don't know what that one is. Blood Diamond, the Bourne films, and more. So there's X-Men. That was what it was.
Wow. That's
so,
interesting. Because Arctic has a very similar feel and look to this movie.
Yeah. Well,
a similar story, I suppose. Well, it's not similar, but point A to point B and shit happens. Yeah.
Well, I was checking out some of the factoids, and you can get to it later. But what's it called? Stowaway has an interesting factoid about it and Arctic. So
cool.
Yeah. Let's jump into it. Initial thoughts. You know what? I'm going to start off with Dan today. Dan.
Okay. Yeah, this is a This is a good. I thought it was a good slow burn film. With like a sad ending, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, we can break into it more later. But yeah, that's my initial thoughts.
That's good.
Yeah. No, I quite liked it. I thought it was like way more suspenseful than I was expecting it to be, and I was really impressed at how purposeful everything to do with the camera was. Like nothing wasn't. It was. You could just tell they'd thought this whole thing out.
Yeah.
The only knock I'd give it is that I think that some of the dialogue dumps.
Yeah.
When they're trying to make you feel emotion for the characters are just a bit on the nose at times. That's really the only sort of negative thing I have to say about it, though. I thought it was quite good otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of similar. Like I think there was moments in it where the conversations. I think it was well written.
Yeah, it was.
It was well written. And
just pacing maybe was the issue.
It's exactly one of the things I had down. Pacing was maybe a problem with it. I think it was gorgeous. It was a good looking movie. And it just makes me think to myself, oh my God, how many movies these days that are set in space just look perfect?
Yeah, I know.
Like all I think of is Gravity to begin with, like as if it was the initial push into that direction. And then you see things like, Covenant even had some really good space stuff. There was one not long ago that was set in space where they had to go outside as well.
The George Clooney one?
Yeah, even that one. So, I mean, there's been just, those movies just look really good now. But, yeah, I have some problems with the ending. I don't think it's bad. I just it needed just a little more. Yeah,
a little bit more oomph.
Yeah, and
my girlfriend said this. She was very frustrated that it just ended with, and it didn't show you what happened to the other people. I said, look, you sort of know, but like she got the oxygen back. They're going to make it to Mars to the colony. So,
Well, that's I kind of got that, but I also had this thing where I was like, I need that affirmation in a way.
Did you want a title card at the end or something?
Look, I mean, other cut that what's it called movie, Midnight Sky with Clooney. Midnight Sky, I think it is.
Yeah, it was.
That at least had kind of like an affirmation at the end. It was like this happened, that happened, and you're like, okay. I mean, it did have a similar thing. Those guys were sent down to Earth again. And,
See, this movie had a better start and middle compared to that George Clooney movie.
I preferred this a lot more to that George Clooney movie.
But I'm saying,
the same.
But if you're looking for a conclusion, then that George Clooney ending part, with that little twist and all that, some people might like that better than this one. But I did prefer this one.
Yeah,
more.
for sure.
Yeah.
But all around, I enjoyed it. I think the acting was really good, man.
Yeah.
Tony Collette,
Yeah.
Put her in everything.
Yeah.
Even what's the Korean dude's name again? Daniel Day Kim or something?
Yeah,
Daniel Day Kim.
Daniel
Daniel Day Kim, yeah. He's great.
Yeah, he's ripped, man.
Yeah.
So fit. I remember in Lost.
It's interesting too because I think Anna Kendrick has had a bit of a break.
Yeah.
And I
Because she
think-
was pregnant, wasn't she, or something?
No, I don't think so. I just think I think maybe she was trying to detach herself from the whole Pitch Perfect
Yeah, it's good.
sort of moniker that she'd been
Which is good.
Yeah.
very heavily tied to. So I think she took a step back,
Yeah.
and maybe this is more what we're going to see from her in
Yeah,
the
it's
future because
good,
she was quite good in it
Yeah,
too.
she was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All round, I enjoyed it. It's got a 5.6 on IMDb.
I was shocked when I looked at all the scores. I was like, "Oh no, what am I in for?"
Oh,
and then
crazy.
that opening sequence with the takeoff,
awesome.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm in." I was like, "I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in for this. I'm in
Yeah.
for the ride now. I don't care. It can fall off the rails. That's got me."
yeah.
Pretty much.
It
And my
reminds me
girlfriend
of,
said the same. She went quiet and was like, "Oh, let's turn off the lights in the, in the
Yeah.
room, like, make sure that we're getting the full experience." You know,
It reminded me of First Man.
Yeah.
The whole.
Definitely what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. But I love
Yeah.
it. It's funny how you mentioned the camera moves as well because it's just so subtle and so slow, which is I think it's fitting for a
It was,
space movie. But it starts it from the back and it just slowly goes around Anna Kendrick. It's cool, man.
And just the way that it was focusing on them, like doing their breathing and stuff. Like you were just there with them. You're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, man, this is
It's good. Yeah.
hectic."
And
Yeah.
every time they went to like the next part of it, it's either it was something that was safer or going to be more dangerous, and you
Yeah.
watch them either relax
Yeah.
or tense up.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
we're going somewhere now with this.
It's good.
Jumping into the just a little bit of a not a run through, just some general thoughts I had while going through the film. I thought the opening was fantastic. Toni Collette's great in it because she feels like she is leading even in that moment. Like she's done it before, hasn't she? They explain in the film.
Yeah, she's done a couple of missions at least. This was her last one. They say that's what they say. She's like, "This is my last mission."
Yeah. So she know that she's got her type of head.
She's got a presence, Toni Collette too.
Oh,
definitely.
yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that they kept the Australian accent for it.
Accent, yeah.
It works for this.
At the beginning, I was thinking, oh, it's Aussie. And I said, no, she's Aussie, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not going to try and do it themselves.
She did a good
are they?
Aussie accent.
Yeah,
I said, no,
you're like,
she's
she
bloody
is
Aussie.
Aussie.
Yeah. But I thought that was good because it's an international
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
The one take through the station, I thought this was really smart. I don't like one takes a lot these days anymore because usually they feel.
They're done for no purpose
Yes.
other
Yeah.
than for people to go, "Oh, it's a one take." Yeah.
But this felt like they were showing you the station's layout.
Yeah.
So I knew that, the reason why they're doing this is because I'm going to be needing to understand how this place works later. So I thought that was really smart. And 2 years is too long on a fucking ship. Just to let you know. That's
You're right.
way too
Fuck
long.
that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
You're right.
I don't like being away from home more than like a couple weeks. So 2 years, I mean,
a long time.
that sucks. And then when they show you that one take,
Yeah.
you're like, this is it.
yeah.
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 I think the record at the moment, isn't it, at the 100-something days? I can't remember. There's an American dude.
Not
It was-
sure.
He was on Joe Rogan. I think it was 100, or maybe it was I can't remember. But
It'd
yeah,
have to be
it was
longer
hectic.
now, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
I
they've got to
mean,
train every day, man,
I
for the bone
don't-
density.
I don't. Well, I mean, we're not sending people to Mars at the moment.
Yeah, just
so-
like staying in space. Yeah,
Isn't it interesting that the
Talks, though.
Yeah, but isn't it interesting
nice.
that the conversations around the whole moral dilemma of going to Mars and what you would do? Did you hear that? They
No.
posed the question just before this movie came out. It was really weird timing.
was this the Elon Musk one? Because that's his mission. To
Yeah,
get
no,
people
but they were
on.
talking about the morality of and trying to. I don't know specifically if they were trying to clear it or whatever, but if one of the crew members died
Yeah,
and like shit was going wrong, would it be okay for the other crew members to eat that person to survive?
I mean, well,
But that was legit
I don't
being
know how
asked.
you-
Oh, just
yeah,
real life.
That makes sense.
Yeah, this
Oh, I
was
didn't
legit
hear
being
that.
asked in real life.
well, look, it's been done in the past.
Yeah.
It's a matter of survival.
But this was like an official thing, and then this movie came out, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's weird timing."
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like how they set the whole thing up in this film. Like the fact that I think it's a bit played in that he was specifically in this one location.
Yeah.
where the carbon dioxide.
So I said,
filter
why
is.
didn't they have a spare?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
if it's
and just
that
allowing for 3
important-
people, it
Yeah.
should be. Yeah,
Oh, I get that.
I guess the weight thing and that, yeah.
I get all the weight thing,
Get
but
rid
I'm
of the
like,
mods.
surely there's a way they could have just had a spare
Yeah.
thing to install.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable if like something literally rips through the ship. Like if a meteorite rips through the ship, you're like, well, how can we actually like prepare for that most of the time?
They get hit. They get hit by little fragments all the time.
Yeah. Do you know how fast they go though?
Yeah.
They're like bullets.
Yeah. And it's when they say they're in the space station, they hear like tung tung
Yeah.
tung,
Fuck
and
that,
then the
eh?
guy just goes, "Man, we've only got that much between us and that." Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
in this
crazy.
movie,
Yeah.
he explains how thin it
Yeah,
is.
but there was
to
a
get
guy
3
on
people.
Joe Rogan. That guy's talking about. He tells you all this crazy stuff. It's like,
Wow.
holy crap!
You can be our Joe Rogan.
Our spaceman.
Yeah, interpreter here. You can give us the information.
Ah, it's good. I like how he interviews those people.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So answering questions is what I would have believed to be an organic way to update the audience on 3 people, but it's coming off a little bit odd because we can't hear the questions back. So that's when they were talking to the space station.
That was,
It was off-putting.
I did appreciate the decision though, because I've said this before on the podcast. I freaking hate it when they cut back to mission command in these movies sometimes. Sometimes it works,
I'm not
sometimes
jumping to the people, but even just a voice.
I know, but they were
Even that.
really, really trying to make you feel like you were on this thing and you were
By yourself.
isolated
Yeah.
with these characters. So
I didn't mind
it was a little bit weird, but I was like, I do appreciate that they've just committed to this. Like, that's it. Like, we're just in for the ride with these people, and that's all that we're getting. Like, yeah. And you do get the feel of hopelessness because you're not cutting back to this mission command or hearing from them being like, oh, you've got to do this. You're like, oh, these guys are fucked.
Yeah.
Like, there's really nothing to do for them. Like,
yeah.
Well, even the idea, I guess, if you're looking at it through that perspective, the idea of being you're obviously not Toni Collette in the film. You're not her. You're not in a first-person view. So it almost makes you feel like you are another passenger
totally.
on the ship.
Yeah.
And what would you be hearing if you were like in that situation? You'd just be hearing her talking.
Yeah.
She's on command comms.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was
makes
great.
sense. But while I was watching it, my thoughts were that it just felt odd, and maybe that was because we've never really seen it.
Supposed
Well,
to, maybe it's supposed to make you feel like that.
Yeah,
That leads into what I said at the start, though, about you get these dialogue dumps that were trying to force emotion on me, which I felt like that section was because they were just specifically answering questions that gave you the backstory of all the characters, which we needed, but it was a little bit clunky, I felt.
Yeah.
Like perhaps it could have been done a bit more organically. But.
yeah, it definitely was clunky. I mean, we get that take your shirt off moment with the burns,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you're like, okay, he has a really bad like past. Like he obviously hasn't had a good past, and then you're like, I get it, but it does feel just like thrown into your lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this is just an observation. Sleeping on the medbay bed would suck ass. I said,
I thought that too. I thought, man, that'd be so shit.
if you got to do that for 2 years now, it'd be like, that's not fun. The life support system problems, as I said, felt like it was. Obviously, that was the driver for the film, but it was kind of like thrown in there because. I want to know how the fuck this guy got up the top there. Did it explain why he was like chilling?
vaguely. He, from what I could gather, he was working on the engine,
right,
from the outside of the ship or something like that.
Yeah,
working higher up because he said I thought I was buckled in, and he's fallen.
Right. Okay.
And he's knocked himself out.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I put together from that.
Right, because he did have the buckle on the front of him that was stuck.
It was stuck
And that's
on
what
it.
he said. They said, "How'd you get here?" And he said, "I was up. I thought I was buckled in.
Okay.
So yeah,
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Because there were even points and times with that type of thing where I was like, is this guy going to...
Go crazy.
Yeah. There was a moment where
I was
like,
actually I was wondering if he'd done it on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If he had done it... Because he has such a bad past that the thought of like maybe like, I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things. I want my name on the space station.
But that got clear because I thought his story was a bit bogus, and then that got cleared up by Mission Command.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the
So that ruled
the
that
daughter.
out.
Not the daughter,
so
the
that's
sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed how small the cast is. That's it.
Yeah.
We got like 4 people.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
No.
And fantastic. I was thinking about like imagine being on set like that in Like, that sounds like a really good time.
Yeah.
Because we all know that, when it comes to making movies, having like background people is like, they're difficult. You need someone else there to be handling as well.
Yeah.
Fluffers.
Yeah. What?
Fluffers.
Jesus Christ. So I was wondering about the science behind the algae, because that was actually pretty interesting. I wish I would have gone a little deeper into that. They only explained that there was like, there's a certain amount that the algae can filter. And that whole process was like, I don't know. I was intrigued. I wanted to know a little more.
Yeah,
It was.
I guess that just the output of the amount of O2
It can filter.
that algae put out wouldn't be high
Yeah.
because it's in water.
Well, it's filtering the O2.
Yeah, I get that, but
Yeah.
like it wouldn't be a high output for algae.
Yeah.
Compared to like if they had plants, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that reminded me of Sunshine. God, these movies always I come back to Sunshine because that one to me is like the king of this style of movie still to this day.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And that they've got the big plant room in that movie.
That's right,
That gets
yeah.
burnt, and that's the whole dilemma that happens there. And they don't have enough plants to maintain the people.
Movie's fucking good, man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it in ages.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah. It still sounds music, man.
Yeah. Everyone uses a score for that for their trailers. Yeah.
Because it works.
Yeah.
For everything. Even The Martian, it reminded me a little bit of.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, some of the ingenuity and having to find other ways to filter.
Well, he clearly was no Matt Damon. In The Martian.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. It must be a common science thing of having. You must have plants to
Plants.
help you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess they pull
good
from
plants would like. Yeah. I mean that's what if you were on. I'm sort of I don't know, but I'm surprised they didn't have actual plants in there to help with the whole scenario, and they were using canisters. So
Yeah, it was, I don't know why they wouldn't. Maybe make I guess they had to make an extra part of the ship then maybe to be able to do that or something.
I like the direction of this. When Anna Kendrick walks in,
Yeah.
and then I think it's Daniel Day-Kimmy kicks the other trolley behind, and you see that both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, that was pretty. That's a good shot.
yeah.
Yeah, they push it out of the way and then you see both of them are dead.
How annoying too when they do get out there and the freaking solar storm hits. Like how much more bad luck can these people have on this
And it
trip?
came on pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like you think a warning system would be more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess,
I'm
I
nitpicking
don't know. Same as, I guess it's like in Gravity as well when they get the warning about the asteroid thing and then it's just like there pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Like time's different up there, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I did actually do a bit of research on the how the actual plasma radiation comes out of like the sun.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. It's like the plasma runs like a magnet throughout the sun. And when the magnet gets coiled, it releases almost like it vomits radiation out of the sun.
Yeah, right.
And that can fly through, our solar system.
It's like a solar flare, isn't it?
It's kind of like a solar flare, except it works that way, but the solar flare pops off and then it shoots the rest of it off. And that's what's coming out from there.
Right.
And that just pushes all the other atoms with it. Luckily with Earth, the only thing that stops it from Earth is
The ozone.
the ozone.
Yeah.
But it's just heaps interesting if you see what can happen, because there's super flares and things like that. The ones that are really bad is they come over Earth and then there's like a tail on the back of Earth.
Yeah.
And if it gets too much pressure with the tail, it shoots back
Like a slingshot.
like a slingshot back towards Earth.
Wow.
And what will happen then is it can take out, it will be fine, but it will take out all technology.
Oh, like an EMP type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, right.
And that can put us back decades.
Really?
Can you imagine
Yeah.
that if everything's got, like the whole world got EMP'd?
Yeah, fuck.
It can happen, and it could put us back decades.
It'd be chaos.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
absolutely, it'd be worse than COVID. It'd be like that times 10.
hospitals. What about hospitals? You don't
Yeah,
have any
fuck.
power to hospitals.
Cars won't work.
Yeah, nothing. And
That'd be crazy, eh?
yeah, and it can completely. It can happen, and it happens every couple of thousand years. So it was really interesting, actually. Listen,
Yeah.
it was on a YouTube channel. They do really cool science stuff, and it's all very colorful animation.
Is it like
they
the
use.
Kyrgyzstan ones?
Yeah,
Have you seen
yeah.
them?
Yeah, they're
they're
cool.
really
It's
good.
one of those.
Yeah.
So highly recommend go check out like how There's a specific name for it, but how that type of thing works.
that's cool.
I'll put it in the link below. So moving on. Did you have anything to talk about there?
Yeah, I was going to say the music.
Yeah.
I don't really... this is like your department.
Yeah,
but I thought the
usually.
music was great.
Yeah, the music was really good.
It was subtle, and then I don't know. It was a good driving factor of this movie because it was slow paced.
Very tense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Did you pick up on that?
I didn't pick up on it. The opening, I definitely thought the music was good. I remember just sitting in my bed and watching it and being like, "Oh yeah, this is like, it fits."
Yeah,
And that's what mattered. But not. I didn't really like to pay like super attention from there on. Sometimes that could be a good thing. I think.
yeah.
When you don't notice something, it probably means it's working.
Yeah.
And but in the words of Roger Deakins,
Yeah.
his job isn't to make
It
people think,
should
look at
blend
the
in."
cinematography.
Yeah.
Although it's hard though because he's so good.
Yeah.
But you're acutely aware of
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
general moviegoers don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so to know that you noticed the music, it must have.
Yeah, I liked it. It's
You know,
just,
you know what looks bad, like as a general moviegoer, right? But you don't
yeah.
when you shouldn't be able to pick up on other stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting little
Yeah,
field where it's like when you're good, you're not noticed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's true. It's like watching Mortal Kombat again.
Wow.
That was bad.
What?
Mortal Kombat. That was bad.
Which one?
The last one we watched.
How's that related
Did you watch
to
it
that?
again?
No, because you were saying it's bad because you pick up on it.
Like we said on the pod last week, though, man, fucking audiences love that movie.
Yeah, no way. It's so weird.
I know. I don't like
So
it.
weird.
I don't get it either.
One of
But
my- I was-
I get it and I don't get it.
This is a backtrack. One of my mates.
Did we play the song? No, I'm kidding.
Nah, one of my mates he goes, "Oh, how was it, man? This is last week." I said, "Oh, dude, man, it was dog shit." And he was a massive Mortal Kombat fan. Anyway, he ended up going and watching it. And he goes, "Man," "what did I just watch?" He goes, "It was like it was a TV show."
Yeah, the look
I
of
said,
it.
"Yeah." I said, "What do you think of the whole feel?" He goes, "Oh yeah, the first part was great." He goes, "They should have kept that," and that was our thoughts, or my thoughts. Yeah, but anyway,
Just backtracking to Mortal Kombat now.
I finished it. I didn't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
What is Mortal Kombat? What?
What just happened to the show?
It falls into that Indiana Jones film category.
Oh
You know those
my!
ones? Yeah.
What is there like a fourth film coming out for Indiana Jones or something at any point in time?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Declan, you said you had a digging deep for us.
I do. So that final scene with Anna Kendrick with the radiation poisoning, not realistic.
Right.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't die that quickly,
Okay.
no matter how high the exposure is.
Yeah, it takes days, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bleeding on the face is also... I mean, I don't know if anyone's really been exposed to a solar storm like that.
Yeah.
But basically, depending on the severity, it's 2 days or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is the time frame for the quickest death.
Yeah. So it's sort of similar to the Chernobyl ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty much just radiation poisoning.
I get-
it works
it is-
pretty
it is
similar.
I
radiation.
get
for
the
everything.
poetic
Yeah.
Yeah.
need for it to happen
That's,
at a more rapid rate.
Yeah. Maybe
In
it
the
took it
film
2
quite
days
a-
in real life to go from one side to the other.
I'll add to your thing, and I'll also add to some of what I said before.
Yeah.
So the whole a borealis effect that was happening in that scene, that's not real.
Yeah, that's
either.
not real either. Yeah.
But when
That was in the trivia.
but when we get one of those super flares and it slingshots back to Earth, what happens is all of that electromagnetism goes to the polars, the Arctic and the Antarctic, and that is how we get the borealis effect.
Or the Northern Lights.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
right.
it goes, yeah.
Because it drops,
Yeah.
the plasma drops through the sky from there,
Yeah.
and that's how we get that
Wow.
green.
Far out.
There you go. The more you know. Science.
You can see it in Tasmania, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the biggest one they ever had was in like 1860, and you could see it in the Caribbean.
That'd be hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest like solar flares
Yeah.
that had occurred.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's hectic.
the more you know.
Yeah. So not she wouldn't have died that quickly. So.
No. Thank you, Declan.
It's like, how can we make her die? Yeah, let's do this. It was still cool.
Well, it was a poetic point of it, the drama for the film.
Yeah,
it worked. I
it
mean,
was fun.
just to backtrack for a moment with the whole thing, the tether scene, which we never really talked about. You know, them climbing the.
That was tense,
hard,
man.
That was so tense.
But you know what I found weird? Daniel Day Kim, he's like muscly as hell. Anna Kendrick is just like skin and bones.
He's got more weight to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just muscly.
It makes sense.
But he was getting more affected by the sickness of being up there. She was fine.
And
she was also. He was like more. Yeah, he was more emotional. So like, he was more susceptible to. As soon as he starts feeling pain, he's going to start. Vocalizing that. Whereas she was very like,
just
boom, I'm going to get this done, kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, that's very good character development.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, you're right. He's more emotional.
Yeah. But she was working. It's not like there were shots of her in the gym a lot, working out. It's not like she was unfit. You know what I mean? So
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, I think the weight factor is the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
As well.
But you saw when the gravity got none, they were just able to just waltz.
Yeah.
Waltz up and down that thing.
I like how they turn in the middle.
Yeah.
Like where there's the
solar panels.
The panels where they turn their body around because they know it's going to start to drop the other direction. I'm like, sick.
Hey, did you feel that she was going to drop that first oxygen canister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I saw the second one was going to be, I was like, oh, it's pretty funny.
Go back
at the end, me and my girlfriend were like, we don't have to watch him walk out that whole thing again, do we? To get this one back. I was like, I'm not. I'm going to start getting annoyed if I have to do the whole walk.
Let's talk about this whole moral dilemma thing.
Yeah.
So she comes back and they find out. Well, fuck, we got to go back. Get one. What do you think will happen in real life?
Well, this is an old concept, isn't it? You're talking more so about the fact that one of them has to die.
Yeah.
That dilemma.
Yeah.
So it's the old train concept where it's like, what's the train thing where there's a track and the track has one direction you have the train derailing.
Oh yeah.
And the other direction you have to kill someone.
Yeah. No, it's I think it's an old man walking across the tracks or a child.
Right.
And you can send her on that track, and everyone on the train will be safe, but you will kill
the child.
But otherwise, the train will derail.
Yeah. So
it's the needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few. Old Superman adage.
Exactly. So that concept there is, but then you have a morality problem because you're killing someone. So there lies the problem.
I was just wondering if anyone else could steer the ship.
No, Tony Collette. I think Tony Collette's character was the only one that could do it. She also had a broken arm, so she couldn't climb out there.
Yeah, it's like the safest.
Yeah, she probably would have done it. Actually, it was well written. The more and more I think about it, it was more well written.
There's hardly any plot holes.
Yeah.
But like, really, the reason that Anna Kendrick's character ended up doing it was because she had the least to go back to.
Yeah,
and
I guess
depending on her back
that little story she told about when she nearly drowned. That was like the little starter.
Yeah, exactly.
So you knew she was the bravest one, I suppose.
Yeah. No, it's me personally, I could never ever be responsible for the taking of someone's life. Even in that situation, I couldn't do it.
It'd be hectic, eh? And if that the Stowaway dude, he would have felt like a total fool, eh? Just helpless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is his fault, but it isn't his fault.
Yeah.
Obviously, these things like accidents occur, but it's just like, God, why? Why did this have to happen?
Well, when you think about it, Hyperion, they're the ones to blame because they'll have like a what do you call it, like a roll call?
Yeah,
if the guy's not back,
it's someone's fucked up.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah,
had to.
Even just like it is like you said, it's sort of like him falling down there has like caused this hazard.
Yeah,
but like it's there's so much within the administration that could have found that and prevented what actually occurred.
Yeah.
And that obviously someone's not done their job properly, which is like why you'd be so frustrated if you're on that ship.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be angry. You'd go through the whole grieving process.
Yeah.
You'd be angry. You'd be sad. You'd go through it all.
Yeah, it'd be hectic.
But also on his front, on that guy, like the Stowaways, Michael, yeah, on his front, what would you do? Like if you were him and they were like, well, look, we need oxygen, or we have too much carbon dioxide in the air. How are we going? Like you
to take
gotta
yourself
die.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the fact that they gave him, but see, this is where I thought it was going to turn into that thriller because they gave him the needle. I'm like,
I thought he was going to stab.
Is he going to stab someone else?
Yeah, rim.
No, it was more by the numbers and like. It was sort
how
of more
people probably would
straightforward.
be.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing because this is where the human element comes in because no one wants to take their own life, right? But if he did that, none of this stuff would have happened, even though it was a complete accident.
That's true as well.
But then you get good people say or just general humans in general, right? Say, nah, we can work this out. Let's figure it out. But then going that path, everything else just falls in like a domino.
But like Tony Glett says, and like Alan Kendrick sort of says, like if they make him take his life or they take his life, the mission's fucked anyway because they're all fucked in the head after doing that.
Yeah.
So there's no win in this scenario.
Yeah.
It's the best possible outcome would have been getting those 2 canisters back and getting them all. That was the best course of action to take.
Yeah.
And obviously shit happened then, but that was freak shit. Like that was
unlucky.
They should have, when Anna Kendrick's character first suggested doing that, they should just bloody done that.
Yeah.
And they would have been all right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Time limit. Yeah.
I didn't see it was much of a dangerous thing though. That's the thing.
It was pretty dangerous, but like the risk
outweighed the. What is it? No, the risk outweighed. No, the benefits outweighed the risk.
Yeah. It was weird that Daniel Day Kim's character was so against doing that when he had so little faith in the algae last thing.
Yeah.
But he was not thinking straight either because all his years of research was down the toilet.
And then once they died, that's where it all went away.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I can't care about that anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 people that have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intelligent. Yeah, I said
it's good.
It's good writing. It's actually, the more I think about it, the more I like it.
Well, Sunshine has a similar thing too when they make the decision to try and go get the other ship for the resources and a chance to send the second payload.
Yeah.
And Chris Evans' character is highly against it because he's like black and white and he's like, no, fuck that. We can't take the risk. We just got to keep our course. Nothing's going wrong.
Yeah.
Then they do the math to change the course and everything's good except the guy forgets to move the sun shield.
That's right.
To the new spot and that fucks everything up. It's all just...
God damn it.
Chaos.
Moving on though, Dan.
Yes, my friend.
It's time for.
Here we go.
Time for Sack It or Brisket, Dan's cinematography corner. A little context for new listeners: Sack It or Brisket came from Dan's love of beef briskets. Check out the Enola Holmes episode. And the unique term to sack that if he doesn't like something. So is he going to sack this flick's cinematography or make himself a beef brisket? And love every morsel of its visuals. Oh! Go, Dan.
Well, this is one of those movies where it's like, it's good. Like I said, they're always pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But it's not enough for a brisket.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's still fantastic, but I don't think it's not as diverse. What gives it bonus points is the use of the camera. I love that.
Yeah, the decision making behind that.
Yeah, that's really really darn good.
But there's nothing special.
No. Like, if we compare it to say Kill Bill 2, then you can see a big difference.
Yeah,
but again,
we'll go into that later.
So yeah, but yeah, so for me, it's a sack that.
Oh, sorry, Stowaway.
But yeah, it's still damn good.
Yeah, so that's what I
should
feel
have
like
3
almost
levels.
we always
I
need a mid tier.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. But it's not very,
he's harsher on it now, remember?
I had to,
Because
otherwise they're all going to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one was like, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I really don't understand
Hey
the
man,
scale.
this is my brisket.
Yeah,
You're
I'm just
not
saying.
Declan's brisket.
Okay, all right, far out. So it was like we talked
a
about
taste.
it. It was a taste of it.
Yeah.
It was the midweek brisket. It was not like 12-hour long, cook. It was like an hour or two.
Actually, we can break this up because
Into brisket pieces.
Well, there is a flat muscle and there's a point muscle.
Oh, okay.
The
All
point
right, here we
muscle's
go.
got more of the fat,
Oh,
which is the tastier bit.
yeah.
So this is a flat bit,
Oh, okay. All right.
which is still good.
I'm glad you told me that.
There you go.
The more I know now.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
No worries.
Moving on to the factoids.
Yep.
With Declan. Oh man, this is getting harder each week to come up with these.
You gotta get me back on the
I
puns
know,
and
you
get
gotta
back
just-
on the facts.
Set your own factoid intros. Unlock the hatch and climb the tether to get me some factoids.
And watch out for those solar flares.
That's it.
All right. The screenplay for this movie was written before Arctic,
Okay.
the other film.
This is what I was going to say at the
Yes.
start.
But and the film was Arctic was originally meant to be set on Mars. But after they saw the trailer for The Martian, they changed it. It was meant to be connected to this film, so that
Wow.
was meant to be like the colony on Mars.
Oh, that would have been
That's
sick.
a heaps.
So
good
if you
idea.
think
just got
about it,
goosebumps.
if you think about it now, kind of,
It
you
works.
can almost think about The Martian being the colony that they're trying to get to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah,
You should watch the Arctic. It's really good.
yeah, I have to check it out.
It's just basically it's just Mads Mikkelsen by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There was another. Was
I
that?
think there's one person in there,
There was another movie
That's what
that did that not long ago, where it's just one guy by himself.
similar to George Clooney's one,
Okay,
but Arctic is way better.
I can believe it.
The set of the spaceship can be experienced as part of a film tour in Bavaria Filmstadt, south of Munich. So it's
Okay.
still-
So it's still present.
yeah. Fly Safe, who's a YouTube blogger, provided consultations and did orbital mechanics math to make sure the movie setting and plot are as scientifically accurate as possible.
Wow.
So
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
spaceship stuff is all pretty on point. Then the last one here is so this must have been because I haven't heard any promo for this movie at all
No,
until it got
nothing.
released. But
Just,
basically,
it was just released.
on 11th of June 2019, Anna Kendrick posted a picture of herself, Daniel Day Kim, Shamia Anderson, and Tony Collette to Instagram saying Captain's Log Day 1.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's true because I have the picture there.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
we'll put that up.
Yeah. Look at Tony Collette. How happy is she?
Yeah.
They're probably all stoked going, yes, we're doing something.
Also, yes, we're doing something that only four
Especially-
people.
Well, no, this was
Daniel Day Kim
this
as well.
2019. That's
2019.
Oh,
it's
wow,
before
okay.
it.
Oh, far out. Yeah.
so this has been in the works for a while.
Probably,
This
probably
one.
just happy she's not with a cast of 500.
Yeah.
It's like,
would have been a cool movie to shoot. It would have been fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Daniel Day Kim, he's had a bit of a troubled history. I think with
Has he?
alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Really? I didn't know that.
Lost.
After Lost, I think he went down a dangerous path.
Yeah, I can't even remember him in Lost. You saying that now reminds me of.
Yeah.
him
I do
in
because
Lost.
he was in Lost's early good seasons. He was in the troubled marriage.
When I used to
That's
watch,
right, yeah.
When I used to watch it. And then I stopped
I
watching.
used to watch it.
Oh, because it was when you watched an
After
episode.
season 4, it kind of went
I tried
downhill.
to rewatch it
hard,
on one
man.
of the streaming things, but I was like, man, if this was like 10 episode seasons and they were like 40-minute episodes condensing everything into it, that would be the perfect thing. But the serial
Yeah.
26 episodes or whatever.
That's what
it
kills
But
is.
they were 40 minutes as
Same-
well. It's
Yeah.
too long.
It's the same as The Walking Dead. That's what killed it.
Yeah.
The first couple of seasons were great, and then it's got too repetitive.
You need minimal,
Yeah.
That's what Game of Thrones worked
Works,
perfectly
yeah.
with like the short run time.
It's like the British. That's
Short
what they do it in
seasons,
6, 8 episodes or something. It's the best
British
way.
TV shows only do like
so
3
good.
seasons max
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, give me more in between us now.
Yeah. More of the IT crowd, thank you.
Oh, yeah, so good.
All right, moving on. Final thoughts. Declan, you first now.
Yeah. No, this movie, I was quite surprised, but I think I didn't really read anything about it. I need to do that more often.
I was thinking
Not give
exact same thing.
expectations to myself and just sort of sit down and watch something without doing too much reading. Because, yeah, I'm surprised that its IMDb scores as low as it is.
Yeah, 5.6 out of 10.
Yeah.
What's Rotten Tomatoes?
70-something percent.
So that's a fairer score.
Which
Yeah.
is not common.
But
Usually
that
IMDb is fairer.
but that score on Rotten Tomatoes usually means it's quite low, because you need to remember the way that Rotten Tomatoes does its thing is it just all the positive reviews, and so anything over like 2.5 goes to the higher, makes it tick up in percentage. Do you know what I mean? So 75% actually,
So it's like
that's
a scale.
quite a bit of negative reviews. Because think about how many movies actually get a review under 2.5 out of 5. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, yeah, I was sort of engaged from start to finish, and it maybe, like I said, it just started to. I think having the big set piece at the end made it drag a little bit though towards the end, because it just, that bit went on for ages, and then when she said I'm going to go out and get the other one, I was like, oh god, do I have to watch a whole nother sequence?
Yeah, the tether was a very long sequence.
Like maybe if they had climbed out earlier and done that, and then later come back to it or something, but it was good anyway.
They could have sped it up a bit.
Yeah.
Like I know they're doing as we've said it before, the elastic band. They're stretching that tension.
Yeah,
but it was just maybe that little bit too.
I would
long.
question that the release of the band wasn't
that
as
great.
strong as the tensing of it. For that ending.
It's not as strong as every single Tarantino band. Oh, Jesus. Completely different. Completely different.
But his whole that's
Deep
his whole
shock.
philosophy of filmmaking. So this was a bit it was good. The
still
opening
good,
got me in. Like I didn't want to stop watching it. So
yeah.
It surprised me.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, what Declan said.
Every week. Declan said.
that's whenever I go
goes
first.
Yeah.
It's just had a mid burp then.
Wow.
Yes, it's I like these movies. I like the whole sci-fi thing. I like, people being alone and then shit happens. Man, I like those survival type movies. So it's up my alley.
Do you remember that one? Sorry, do you remember that one that we watched at your place? Because it was Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 produced that space one.
Oh yeah.
That was quite good as well.
Yeah.
It was a bit more like Kubrick sort of style. Yeah.
He's now head of a UFO.
Yeah, he's the number one UFO researcher.
Yeah, it's massive. It's like got heaps of like scientists.
Wait, who's this?
Tom
DeLonge from Blink-182.
It's
What does he
huge.
do?
Well, UFOs. He's
He
done a
quit
hundred
Blink to
UFOs.
be a UFO researcher.
Yeah, but
What movie did he make?
Oh, he made a movie. Oh, geez, Love it was called. It was
Love,
it was very 2001: A Space Odyssey. Do you know what? It's actually almost
pretty good.
exactly the same as Interstellar, but it came out way before Interstellar.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's shot like a music video. Like it's really like it looks really good.
Right.
It's more.
Okay.
It's
An
an
indie.
it's an indie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's very like poetic. Would you say?
Yeah. But anyway, if anyone's curious on movies,
Yeah.
that's an interesting one to check out. It's different. Yeah.
But his path is funny. Like it's actually an institute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was he in Blink-182? He wasn't the lead singer, was he?
Yeah.
He's the whiny voice one.
He's the whiny voice.
That's his voice. Yeah.
So, wait, does Blink-182 now have I'm more interested in Blink-182 now.
They're finished.
Do they
aren't
have...
No. Mark and
They have a
Travis
new
are
singer?
still going with another guy. It's not the
Okay.
same about Tom, but
yeah.
he was like this. Mark and Tom together was like the perfect mixture of like
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah. It's just funny, but yeah.
That's good to know. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that he went off.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mate, when it comes to UFOs, I'm the man to talk to.
Sorry, I interjected on you. You're
And
saying how you like this.
Squatches.
Yeah, I just love all that stuff. Look, I haven't got much more to say. It's I enjoyed it. It was a good little. Was it an hour and a half?
Nearly 2 hours.
Nearly 2 hours.
hours.
156.
It was a good little.
Felt shorter than that.
Yeah, it felt like you want to have those really good power naps during a day. That's what it felt like to me. It
Oh, yeah.
was like a refresher.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to put it, but yeah, I can
Yeah, I was like, oh,
relate in some weird way.
that was a good little sleeper. But I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I enjoyed it as well. You know, I bar the fact that there were some points in it that I think could have been paced a little better. I think the ending needed a little extra for it, only because I like slice of life films, and I think that this was like an event thing. Like, there's this event and this happens, and that's all we really need to know. But I don't think it worked perfectly for this movie for me. That being said, I don't know what people like. A lot of people are hating on this movie. I was looking up comments and things about it, and I was like, "This movie is pretty good. It's written well. It's
What are they
acted
saying
well."
about it?
It's just standard, downright. And I mean, there's a general audience goers. It's bad script. It's not good. The ending's trash. And I was like,
But that's again, like,
It's
I do,
people that
acting's not
appreciate-
good.
yeah.
like I said, like my girlfriend was really frustrated at the end when she's
Yeah.
like, so we don't even know what happens to him. And I was like, no, sort of like, because she doesn't like open-ended things. And I said, look, but you need to think. And, you know, the whole point of her going out there was to get the oxygen back so 3 of them could survive.
survive.
So now
That's
that, like, you know, this is it. They've made it to Mars.
Yeah.
And that's really all that we need to know now. Like, we don't need to know anything else.
No, we don't. And usually, commonly, I'd be the first one to say that's how I like it as well.
Yeah.
But for some reason, for the ending of this, maybe it was because I was then invested. I enjoyed the characters. That I was like, I want to know where this goes. You know, I want to see if maybe they even get back to Earth.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll do a sequel.
So maybe, yeah.
It's considering the first or Arctic.
Well, they did a
was-
sequel, yeah. Arctic. They didn't make it, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was?
But
do,
you
you
know
know,
what I
do you know what I was thinking would have just been like a nice little ending?
Yeah.
Would just be like if they flash forward to the next mission there,
Yeah.
and then the crew looked at the signatures,
Even that, yeah, that would
because that was
cool.
really hammered
Yeah.
back to a lot, and it
Yeah.
didn't really. I thought that was going to have a bigger payoff.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been
Yeah.
awesome. But either way, I didn't hate the movie. I actually quite enjoyed the movie, and I'm giving it the same score as you, Dan. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was well shot, well acted, good script.
Yep.
Just only a few things here and there that I was like, and as we've been critiquing it today, I think that I've enjoyed it more. I can't find any flaws in
There's nothing bad.
in the actual writing process. Truly,
Just those dialogue dumps for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
the weakest point.
yeah.
Yeah,
I hope these guys continue to make more movies because I think they're a good team.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't, like, the scores from the general
I
audience
think
here
with
don't destroy.
I think with the Netflix movies though, they
careers.
don't really even care about the score. They just go off the stream numbers.
I
it's
hope
top,
so.
It's top 10 in Australia, so
Yeah, so it's doing well then.
must be doing pretty good in America too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's good.
And I'll definitely give, like, we know Toni Collette's awesome.
yeah.
I'll definitely give kudos to Anna Kendrick because she
She's the
She
lead, really.
helped.
Yeah, she's the
She
lead, yeah.
carries
She's-
it. Yeah,
she's top billed,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen her in a serious role in quite a while like that since Oh, look,
I don't think I've seen her in any serious
No,
roles.
what's that one? Geez, with George Clooney, Up in the Air.
up in the air. She's fantastic.
That was like her
haven't
big
seen it.
breakthrough role.
Right.
And, I haven't seen her there. That's the closest I've seen to that.
I
movie
love that
since then.
movie.
It
I
is
haven't
good.
seen
yeah.
it in years. It
Yeah.
too. What's his name made it?
Reitman.
That Reitman
Yeah.
son, Jason Reitman.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
really good. But yeah, I think that'll wrap us up for Stowaway.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
Get me out of that radiation poisoning. I'm Declan.
That was a bit of a pause.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
You're thinking about
yeah.
it.
I
You're
had,
not usually
I had
that.
multiple things going through my head then.
You did it me on the short version.
Yeah, yeah. And you have a good week. Respect.